with her sister.
Hello, welcome everyone to the very last video of the LA vlog trip series. Hopefully. Now listen, y'all. I filmed this video already for like more than an hour and I was rambling. I was in my zone rambling, and the whole time the audio is just buzzing. And I was like, I don't even want to film this anymore. I just want to just end it and just not do anything. But it was just like, I wasn't about to leave it hanging like that, especially because there were some things that I wanted to talk about that involved around this trip that wasn't talked about in the vlogs. We have changed the set. Long story short, I didn't want to refilm everything again because I was so goddamn lazy and so goddamn over it and didn't remember anything I said. But I was like, we can't just end it like that, because I did want to make a video, not a summary video, but a video of me talking about things that weren't on the daily vlogs. Is anybody watching this? No, but just so I can remember. I was gonna say this in the end, but before we get started, I do want to say thank you to everyone who has made it this far, because I know a lot of people did not, and that's okay, but thank you to y'all. Just gonna be me talking about some stuff that wasn't talked about in the vlogs or weren't shown in the vlogs. I was so discouraged when that video had no audio and I was about to give it all up and maybe just do it in a podcast episode that I never started yet. So I tried to dig up my memories and I wrote some notes of what I've talked about when I filmed it before. Hopefully this is everything I want to say, because I know after I filmed the video I was like, damn, I forgot to say this, but then the audio didn't even work, so did I even say anything at all? No. Let's get into it. What I did was go step by step through each video in the LA vlog series. So the first video was the planning video. Now there's a lot of things that I did not mention in the planning video just because I was just so tired, and sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to see this right now. But I feel like these were some big points that we missed out. So let's talk about how the LA trip was actually prompted, everything. In that video I talked about the BTS concert. Yes, that was the main reason, how I had pre-sale code, but let's dive deeper into it. Why are we going to, how the idea of going to the LA trip started, and some of the details that I missed. As you all know, hopefully, from the first vlog, I had mots ticket, Map of the Soul tour tickets for Toronto in 2009. I bought them in 2019 and I was supposed to go in 2020. Or did I buy them in 2020? I don't remember. But obviously Miss Rona happened. And for the longest time, we had hope because they weren't refunding it like a bunch of other artists were, right? I really thought that they weren't refunding it because maybe when the next tour is announced, they'll give us the same seats or something like that. I had soundcheck tickets for one Toronto night and regular tickets for another Toronto night. But then eventually it got refunded, it got cancelled, it got refunded, everything was refunded. When the LA show was announced, the Permission to Dance LA show was announced, they also said that people with soundcheck tickets, people with regular tickets, Army membership will be getting a pre-sale code so they can buy the LA show, right? And I had soundcheck ticket was the very first day, and I'm like, not them doing this as if people, I am from Canada, I am not going to the United States of America. And I was like, why are they wasting my refund of my mots tickets on a pre-sale code for a show in LA and not saving that shit for the next world tour? They better still give me a pre-sale code for the next world tour. I am telling you, when it's in Toronto, they better give me a pre-sale code. So at first it was like a joke, but it was like not a joke. I was like, it's my LA era. It's like, I'm going to LA now, I guess. That's like a joke, but like not really, right? Because what a fucking waste. Okay, anyways. So it was the night that I got the pre-sale code. right? I was joking that either I'm gonna go to LA or I'm gonna sell my pre-sale code. As the days were coming by, I was kind of coming to terms with the fact that I was gonna do nothing with the pre-sale code and let that shit rot in my emails. As it becomes the day of the tickets going on sale for the soundcheck pre-sale code. And listen, y'all, I had no idea when the pre-sale was. Like, I wasn't counting down the days, I wasn't keeping track of when it would happen, but I knew it was the day of the pre-sale because of Twitter and stuff on the day of. So I'm like, we can't waste this opportunity. It is time to go to LA. I have to go. I don't even know if I got a pre-sale code for my regular ticket or if I just got a pre-sale code for my soundcheck. Should I have got 2 pre-sale codes? Because I'm realizing that now, and I'm like, what a fucking scam. I should have got 4 pre-sale codes because I bought 4 tickets. But anyways, I asked my sister to go to LA with me and she said no. I asked my mom to go to LA with me, she said no. And I was planning to ask my dad when he got home from work to go to LA with me, and if he said no, I was planning to go alone. Like, genuinely, I was like, okay, it's time to go alone. But I asked my sister, she said no because she's scared and work. And I asked my mom and she's scared. And my mom was a traitor because growing up, every time she's like, when you older and you have money, we're gonna travel together, we're gonna travel together. And she was a traitor. She said no. But eventually, and I feel like it's within the same hour, eventually my sister said yes. There's a whole story about the dilemma of whether my sister would say yes or no. I'm not going to talk about it, but the other part of her dilemma, she was scared. I mean, we both were scared, but I was like, I have to go live my life. I don't know, America is just scary. Y'all don't have gun control laws. So we were scared, and also it was obviously going to be expensive. But anyways, eventually she said yes, and we were good to go. A lot of you were questioning. I'm not even sure if anybody questioned this or I just imagined it in my head, but a lot of you were questioning, Tina, how did your parents feel about this? How did your parents allow this? I don't think anybody asked this, but me and my sister are first generation immigrant daughters. I think that's the term. Our parents are born and raised in Vietnam. They are refugee immigrant parents. Me and my sister, born and raised in Canada. And it's like, how did our parents say yes? Now, let me tell you the story of how my parents felt about us going to LA. My sister and I, we've never traveled before out of the province. Unless it was like a school trip or something. But I only went to Ottawa and Montreal for a school trip. I don't even think my sister went out of the GTA. The only time we traveled was when we went to Vietnam when I was like in grade 5, and my father brought us to Vietnam to meet our family in Vietnam. My mom, she was cool with it. To be honest, she didn't even care. When I asked her to go with me to LA for the BTS concert, she said no, she's scared. Ask your sister. And I was like, I did ask my sister. She said no. And she's like, no, I'm scared. It's just, she's like, no, ask your father. I was like, God damn it. Overall, my mom was scared to go herself, but me and my sister going, she did not care. I don't even remember anything about my mother and her opinion of this scenario. I don't remember her asking any questions. I don't remember her supporting. I don't remember her the opposite supporting. Like, yeah, the basics. She just asked, like, how much is their flight, whatever. With my mom every time, just like 1 month till the trip, 20 more days till the trip, and she'll be like, aren't you scared? And I'll be like, yeah, I guess. So honestly, I don't remember because my mom didn't bring any drama about it. But my father is a different story, which I will be telling you now. And listen, y'all, my father is an old man who is always scared. With reason, I guess. But the first time we told him, and I say first because we told him multiple times. The first time we told him we were going to LA was the night we bought the BTS concert tickets. We told him. I don't think he took it as a joke, but I think he took it as us asking him for permission, even though we already bought the BTS tickets. But we tell him we're going to LA for BTS concert. That was basically it. Like, we didn't go into depth with it because we didn't even plan anything other than buy the BTS ticket at this point. And this is like almost 2 months before the actual day we went to LA. It wasn't that long, but all that happened that night was he yelled at us. It was like, obviously don't go because it's dangerous and you're both girls going by yourself. He was like, why didn't you ask me or your mom? And we were like, oh, we did. Here's the thing, I phrased it wrong. I phrased it as in, I asked mom and she said she didn't want to go. So it sounded like we wanted her to go over him because we never asked him. But it was just, I needed one person, just one person, understand? And he happened to be at work, so I couldn't even ask him anyways. But I wanted to go with my sister initially, or just by myself, like not with mother, not with a parent, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, basically that was all. He just yelled at us. It was dangerous. He said we wouldn't know what to do. We won't know what to do in LA. We're gonna get lost. We won't know what to do. We're gonna get kidnapped. I'm like, we are grown and we know we got the internet. And I'm like, and I was like, this was my main point. I remember saying this a lot. I was like, we are grown adults now. How can we learn anything if we don't try anything? It's basically what I was trying to say. So that was basically it, because I don't think he thought we were like serious. But the next time, we got our dad to sign our passport photos, because you need a guarantor to sign your passport photos, and a guarantor is like someone with a passport. And then after, we had our dad sign our passport documents to get new ones, because we need a guarantor again. So we're like, he's okay with it. Like, look at him signing these papers. So after a while, maybe a few weeks before the trip, I don't remember when, but I definitely know it was a month, less than a month before the trip, we start to realize that maybe he doesn't know we're actually going to LA. Like, I would even say out loud, blank days till we go to America. But I don't think he knew I was talking to him, especially since it was in English. It's so fucking dusty here, man. So this is the part where we have to actually confront him and make him know that we're going, and we booked some stuff already. I don't know if we booked some stuff, but we have to tell him. And by me saying we have to tell him, it meant I had to tell him when my sister was in her room. My older sister. None of these are word for word, because I don't remember it clearly, but just so you know, the context is right. So I go to him one night, and I'm like, we're actually going to the US, right? And I don't remember if I said for the BTS concert, but I think I did. And he was shocked. He was confused. He was shocked. As if he did not sign our passport. He's like, you're going to the US? What? I'm like, I told you before the BTS concert, remember? He was just confused. And I was like, why did you think we were getting a passport? And he was just like, well, because it's good to have a passport. And I'm like, at first he's just yelling at me the same thing he yelled at us before when we first told him the day we bought the tickets. He was just like, it's dangerous because we're two girls alone, and the Uber man, the taxi man, he says taxi because he doesn't know we take Uber and Lyft. He doesn't understand the concept. He's like, the taxi man is going to kidnap us and nobody else is doing this. And I bring up the point that my high school friends are going, 6 of them are going, and he's like, well, that's fucking sick, you're only 2 girls. And I'm like, okay. I was saying that for the point that he said nobody is doing this, and literally 6 of my high school friends are also doing this. But also the fact that thousands of people around the world are doing it as well. Literally at the airport, in our plane, almost everyone was army. My man's just thinks if he doesn't see it, he doesn't think it happens. And I am over it. We could bring up those points, but we'll save the family dynamic for the podcast. And he brings up the point again, you won't know what you're doing, you won't know where you're going, because this is not Toronto, this is a new place. At this point, I don't remember if I bring it up here, but I bring it up that we learn. We are adults, so we learn. We have to learn. How can we not put ourselves in a new situation and learn? But I'm like, girl, we know English. And we have internet. And we're going to an English speaking place. It's not hard to search this shit up. He didn't believe it at all. And let me tell you, this whole conversation is happening like half English, half Vietnamese, okay? At this point, it's just basically the same thing over and over. He's like, you guys are dumb bitches. Obviously, he didn't say you guys are dumb bitches, but just like, you guys don't know what you're doing. You guys are dumb bitches. You don't know how to do anything, and dangerous because you're 2 girls. I'm like, oh, we are the youth. We're going to an English-speaking country. We have internet. What difference would it be if you fucking went? Because you don't know English. and it's not like we're going to Vietnam. So basically, it's just the same back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes I'm going back and forth to my sister's room. I'm updating her with the conversation, especially when it gets quiet and awkward outside in the living room with my father, and he's thinking. But anyways, at some point, it's like, no, you can't go. I will not allow it. He obviously he didn't say it like that. He said it like a Vietnamese disappointed old man. And he's like, you can't go. I won't let you. And I'm like, girl, it's already too late. We got the tickets. And I don't know if we bought the flight tickets at this point. When I said we got the tickets, I mainly meant we got the BTS concert tickets, as well as we booked the Airbnb, the first Airbnb that we later changed after, but we still booked it at this point. And he was shocked. He was shocked, and he starts asking you questions. And it's not like questions in a curious tone, but a disappointed, you are a dumb bitch tone, right? He's like, did you buy a package? And he means like a package with the flight and a hotel. And I just lied and said yes, so he could get off my back. But we didn't buy a package because we're doing Airbnb, not a hotel. And we did not tell him we were doing Airbnb because the concept of Airbnb, I don't think he'll understand, and he will definitely not trust it. And then he's asking us like the prices, and he's trying to like guess the prices for the hotel and the flight. And he was guessing really high numbers, and I was telling him, no girl. I wasn't gonna tell him the prices, but I was telling him, no girl, those are way too high. But I don't think he believes me when I suck on. At this point, it's the same thing back and forth. You're gonna get kidnapped, this and this. And then finally at the end, he's just defeated, and he's like, you know what, I don't care anymore. You guys just go, I don't care. You guys always doing this, I don't care. You don't ask me, I don't care. I'm like, thank you. Y'all might be like, Tina, you are a bad daughter. And I'm like, whatever, bruh. I'm over it. The thing is about my father is he's a closed-minded man that always thinks he is right. And he's like, you don't know this, you don't know how to do anything. Don't do it because I know you don't know anything. And obviously at the end, everything turned out fine. We do everything we said we could. And my man is just mute. No apologies, nothing. He is mute. We just gotta come to terms that your girl is 20 already. She's gonna live her life. And not that I was going to this LA trip to do my coming of age story journey. It was just for the BTS concert. But either way, I think this was a great step in showing my strength and power. Moving on. Later my sister comes out and he is confronting her about the same thing that we said, obviously with less intensity because he already knew the answers and he already knew it was confirmed. And then I don't really remember what else happened that night, not gonna lie. A few days later, the next day, maybe even the same day, I literally do not remember, but he's like, you got a suitcase? I was like, I think I was going to use the old suitcase I used here in Vietnam, but turns out he took that when he went to Vietnam again and he broke that shit and threw it out. So he was like, I'll buy you a suitcase over the weekend. I was like, cool, thanks. At this point, the stories that I tell you, his bitterness is gone. Maybe he's still disappointed, but at the same time, he is supportive. Not enthusiastic though, but he buys me the new suitcase that I showed in my packing video haul. Thank you for that, father, because I did not want to pay for a new suitcase. But a few days later, or the same day or the next day, another thing that happens with my father is he's on the phone with my uncle, his brother, who's in Vietnam to catch up, and he's like, well, he's always talking smack, he's always gossiping. He tells his brother about us going. I don't remember what he said, but the thing that sticks out that I remember, he says, they said that they could search everything's online, and he's like laughing, mocking, making fun of us for saying that because he doesn't believe. Y'all, I literally forgot to add another story, and I don't know why I forgot because it was in my notes, but another day my dad comes to us and he goes, is somebody making you guys go? Somebody asked you to go, you meet someone? As if, anyways, it's just like, what? Oh, I gave me this impression. I mean, technically BTS is making us go, but yeah. The night before the flight, my dad is like, have fun, be safe. Always text me and call me every day. And we're like, yes, thank you so much. And we download WhatsApp on his phone so we could send him pictures as updates. And then that was that for my whole parent story. How did my parents feel? And y'all might be like, what about your mom? Like, he really talks about her. Y'all, I'm telling you, my mom, I don't know. Like, yeah, she cared, but it's like not She wasn't maybe she was worried, but like it did not feel like she was worried at all. Nothing at all. But we did text her pictures during the trip, and she would text back with the pictures too. My father does not text back, but she texts back with the pictures, and a lot of texts back were like, wow, you guys look cute. And also we send food pictures, and she was like, wow, you guys eat so much bad food. You're gonna be fat. And I was like, thanks. Next, moving on, still planning stages, still the planning video I'm talking about. Let's talk about money. I think I showed you guys the budgeting in the planning video. I'm not gonna go into it again. Honestly, I don't care. But I will tell you that my sister and I funded the whole trip by ourselves. We split it up half, and like whatever you ate or whatever you bought, you pay for that. Maybe there was overlapping by accident, but when it came to the flight and the BTS tickets, they're always the same cost for both of us. So we just split half and half, as well as the Uber rides and like Disneyland tickets or whatever. My sister and I funded all of that. So not only were we big girls by going out of the country together by ourselves for the first time, we're also big girls because we had no financial support from our parents for this trip. Let me tell y'all, I used for this trip my saved up YouTube money I used for this trip. And I just finished an internship before this trip, and they were taking so goddamn long to pay me, but they finally paid me just like a few days before the actual trip. I was like, thank God, thank God. Listen, I didn't think the cost of this trip would be more than $5,000. Not at all. I didn't even think it would pass $4,000. Let me tell y'all, I went into this trip with $7,000. And I came back home from this trip with $300. Let me tell you, when I came back home from the trip, I don't want to say regretting it, but I am torn apart from how broke I am. Seriously, I have never been this broke since grade 9. I have never been this broke, and I was so torn apart. Every day, every second of my life, I'm like, I'm broke. Listen, the trip was a great opportunity, this and that. But at the same time, it's like, I could have bought 3 new iMacs with the money that I used for this trip. Maybe even 4 iMacs. I am just so broke. And I still am. Because nobody is streaming these LA vlog videos. I'm exaggerating, y'all. Okay, I'm exaggerating. I know that it could be worse, but still it hurts. Moving on to the next video is the airport video and the room tour video. The airport experience, you all saw it already. I don't have much to say. I will say though that, the airport process in general was super easy other than all the walking and carrying up bags that we had to do. The airport process in Toronto was really easy. I will say though that the airport process in LA was not it when we got there, because how we gonna land and go 3 booking sections to find our suitcase, and there's no signs, no nothing, nobody telling us nothing. I swear we lost the crowd at some point and we were doomed. But here is a bonus clip of the room tour. I didn't originally leave it in the first one because I was like, are we gonna get in trouble for this? But it was not our fault because it was like not assembled correctly when we arrived. Oh God. The next vlog was the first BTS concert. The concert was good. The management of SoFi Stadium was trash. And I already talked about this in the vlog after it, so I'm not gonna elaborate. So let's move on. Universal Studios. Listen, y'all, overall I'm just bad at vlogging. Like, the vlogs aren't really reflective of everything, but at the same time I'm also bad at talking and recounting experience, so I feel like I'm not saying everything I want to say. But let me tell y'all, the Universal video, a lot of y'all were not having it in the comments when I said that I would not go to Universal again, and it was boring. For its price, especially. Did I say it was boring? And I'm just exposing it now. But anyways. And y'all were like, Tina, you know what? You didn't go everywhere. And Listen, y'all, I apologize at first. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I swear I went through most of it. Like, I know I missed like a few rides. Like, maybe like four rides, okay? And I know those are probably the biggest rides as well. Listen, y'all, I'm sorry. I swear we went everywhere. I don't know, because everything just looked like street and stores. I swear we went upstairs, we went downstairs, down the escalators, up the escalators. We still missed some. I understand, I'm sorry. Not that I was expecting it to be big roller coasters, because I kind of already knew what I was going in for, because I watched family vloggers go to Universal Studios and Disneyland all the time. But I just think that my preference in amusement parks is like Wonderland, where you can see the actual roller coaster and it's so high, loop-de-loop, all that. You can see everything. It's like you're outdoors. Like, you feel like you're outdoors. But Universal and also Disneyland kind of just feels like you're roaming a plaza. And yes, I understand we should have went to Six Flags. Unfortunately, we did not. But what can we do? We can't turn back the times. But I will still say that I am glad we experienced Universal at least once in our life, I guess. And I got my Harry Potter robe. That's what really mattered to me. I'm sorry we couldn't have done everything. I'm also sorry to myself that we couldn't have done everything. Listen, y'all, I was so tired as well, because it was literally the day after the concert. I was in pain everywhere, on my foot, on my arm, everywhere. I was so tired and in pain. And it was just like, let's just get this over with. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to talk for my sister, but I feel like for myself that this experience, the experience of us being in LA, the experience of us go to, Universal, for example, would have been so much better had we have gone for a month and everything was more spaced out, so we can relax in between. So I wasn't going from concert to amusement park and being absolutely tired at Universal Studios. It would have probably been such a better experience, but we only went for 10 days. That's what I wanted to address. I also wanted to say that in the vlog, I was like, I'm only getting the robe and the wand. I'm not getting the scarf and the tie, because that's fucking useless. And yo, like, I feel like the scarf and the tie would be more practical than a robe and a wand. And I realized how fucking dumb I sounded when I said that. I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, when I said that, I meant those are useless, because I was planning to film a Harry Potter green screen video after, which is why I needed the robe and the wand. Because, like, I didn't need to buy everything for the outfit, right? But anyways, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, y'all. Moving on to the next vlog, the kpop store haul vlog. I think I basically showed everything other than us being in the store in that vlog, so I don't really have much to say for that vlog. The next vlog is The Voice. I'm not going to say anything about that because I feel like it's all there. The next vlog is the Wax Museum. That was probably my favorite vlog. It didn't do that well in views compared to the other vlogs, though, but that was my favorite vlog. There's not really much I want to say other than the fact that I said Alice in Wonderland when it was actually Dorothy. I literally watched Wizards of Oz, and I did not watch Alice in Wonderland, but when I saw Dorothy, I said Alice in Wonderland. I'm sorry, y'all. That's what I meant, I swear. Also, my hair was so greasy in that video. I was so sad because that fucking dry shampoo did not work. I do not recommend. Don't buy from Dove. And it was so sad because I literally showered almost every day during that trip because I kept sitting on dirty floors. But my scalp, my flaky dry scalp, you cannot stop from scratching that bitch, and oily everywhere. You might even see some here. But I didn't bring my scalp shampoo to LA, so it was like more out of control. So my hair was so fucking greasy compared to usual. Anyways, the next vlog was another BTS concert. This was better in terms of the management and the environment, not the concert itself. Well, maybe because we had extra songs, but either way, we love BTS overall. I won't go into the fact that they perform Home and we were living for it because I'll save that for the podcast. Should I make an episode about the BTS concert experience? The management overall was better. I already talked about that in the vlog following it, but what I didn't talk about, I think, was that the environment was also better. And by environment, I mean, I don't know, I felt like on the first concert it felt like it wasn't like super loud. And sometimes we weren't doing the fan chant other than for like the fan chant that everyone knows, like fake love fan chant. Everyone knows that. A lot of people were like, it's just the acoustics because of the stadium that you can't really hear everything. I was like, you know what? Maybe that is true, because when I was watching the video back, I feel like I heard the crowd singing, but in person I didn't hear it, so I didn't know. But for the last day, the section I was in was so much louder. I heard the girl next to me, I heard everything, I heard people fan chanting, but it was still not as loud, I'm guessing because of the acoustics. But here's the thing, I think that I went into these concerts with the expectation of super loud ass fan chants that I hear when I watch like music shows, Music Bank, or like award shows, like, you know, those videos that they use for fan chant guides. That's what I hear. Like, I don't know, maybe it was because the music shows and the award shows, those are usually smaller, not stadium. It could be the acoustics, but also maybe it's because it was like the Korean fans, the K-armies are louder with the fan chants. I don't know, like, if it was a venue or if it's a cultural difference or both. I don't know. The only way to find out is if I went to a concert in Korea. Anyways, the next vlog is the Jingle Ball vlog. That was great. Jin's birthday bash. Now let me address something. I told the story so greatly in the video with no audio, and I just don't want to tell the story anymore because I know I won't live up to the expectations that I set for myself in the first video. But let me preface, I'm sorry to this person. Listen, this happened truly by fate and destiny. But from concert one of the trip, I see on Twitter people are getting free photo cards, free stuff. They're getting photo cards from buying an album at the McDonald's thing at the venue. I'm like, this is gonna be me, I'm gonna buy it. But I didn't, and the lines were hella long. The only thing I regret from the concert is not getting the merch, but at the same time I don't regret it that much because the lines were so long. I was telling my sister, if you see something on the floor, snatch that shit up. I wasn't praying, but deep down, subliminally, I was like, if something is on the floor, I will snatch that shit up. Especially if it is the VIP badge on the floor. And listen, y'all, I swear, on the 4th day of the concert, there was a VIP badge on the floor. The soundcheck badge, which would have been mine had I got soundcheck tickets, but I was robbed. Anyways, it was on the floor, and I saw someone else snatch that shit up. I swear, I was so jealous in the moment that happened. Because listen, y'all, it's not like I'm plotting this. It's not like I'm every moment I'm like, I hope somebody drops something on the floor so I can steal it. Listen, because just overall, as I'm walking, I'm an observative walker. I look around. I'm also looking on the floor a lot because I don't want to stare people in the eyes. When I'm talking about this, I'm not saying it with a heart that wants people to lose their stuff. I'm saying it with a heart that wants me to find something. So, on the day of Jingle Ball, as we were walking in, it's so crowded, everybody is walking in to the arena, and we're outside trying to go into the arena. Something happens that tells me that this is my time. It's a message from the world, and listen, I accepted the message. I see a Jin permission to dance photo card on the floor. And this is the photo card, like credit card material is the photo card that was given out at the permission to dance. If you bought an album, you go to the McDonald's machine, you click it, you get a photo card. And I see it on the floor. A Jin permission to dance photo card on the floor. Permission to dance live. I want to. A Jin photo card, it's literally Jin's birthday. I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. So I quickly snatched that bitch off the floor. What a coincidence that is on the floor right in front of me. As I was hoping that something would be on the floor for me. Obviously not continuously, but I was like, I would be so lucky. And I snatched that shit up. Because somebody else would have just snatched it anyways. Let's be real, nobody would be like, hey, did anybody lose their photo card on the floor? Let me apologize. I am so sorry to the person that lost that photo card. I'm so sorry. Genuinely, I am so sorry. I wasn't sorry enough to return it. And either way, how would I have verified it? But listen, I am so sorry especially because I knew they brought that because it was Jin's birthday. So they brought their Jin photo card for his birthday. Listen, I am so sorry that you lost it. Because isn't that so sad that they brought and then they. But I am so grateful that I found it. I really am. It was a little scratched up because, it was on the floor and people were walking around. So it was scratched up. But I have never felt luckier in my life when I saw that. But I am so sorry to the person that lost it. Really. I wasn't going to say this in the vlog at all. Because I just feel like, damn, Tina, you're a terrible person. And even, I literally posted the photo card at the venue, like a picture. I took a picture of the photo card and the pamphlet of Jingle Ball at the venue and posted on Instagram story. I'm like, here for Jin's birthday bash. And my other army friend messaged her like, oh my god, I'm so jealous of your Jin photo card. And I was like, I literally found it on the ground. And then they didn't reply. So I started feeling like such a shitty person again after that happened. But at the same time, I still have my Jin photo card and I'm very grateful for that. I'm sorry to the person who lost it. I'm sorry, but I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much for your sacrifice. Your unintentional sacrifice. Anyways, moving on. Next is the Disneyland vlog and the going home vlog, which was really rushed. I know, it was really choppy too. I was tired. I don't know how to vlog. I didn't want to vlog. Overall Disneyland vlog, what can I say? It was expensive, but I will say next time if we ever went back and go to Disneyland, I will say that we should designate one day for California Adventure and one day for Disneyland, because we bought the Hopper ticket and I feel like we couldn't do everything because of that, and it was kind of a waste. I feel like we did nothing in Disneyland and we spent most of our time in California Adventure. The only thing I remember in Disneyland is the Alice in Wonderland ride. And the Toontown ride, Toontown was nothing like I expected because I was expecting the game. And the Toontown was so scary. For what reason? But would we want to travel again? Well, let's say me personally. Would I want to travel again? Yes. Growing up, the place I wanted to travel to the most was Japan. But I don't think, not yet will I go to Japan because I'm not ready. I am scared and I am ignorant. I am not ready to go to a country that's not mainly English speaking yet. I'm scared. Also, I feel like going to an Asian country, I am scared because I'm going to be fat shamed. Even though they're not gonna, like, obviously I feel like they will still fat shame me in like Italy or something, but I feel like in East Asian countries especially, I feel like I'm just not ready to be fat shamed in a different language that I do not know, okay? The next time I travel will probably be with my sister, but I do want to say that I would also want to travel by myself. Like, just me. By myself. So I can just kind of go on my own pace and do my own thing. And, like, basically just like a coming of age, figuring out yourself, finding yourself kind of movie. You know what I mean? Continuing on with this video, the airport portion of the vlog was super fast. We were over the vlogging, but I do want to say that flying back home was a mess. This time around, when we were flying to LA, I was sitting on the window seat. So the window seat people usually board on first, and there's like all the carry-on space you can dream of. But going back home, I was sitting in the aisle seat, and I come in like last, and there's literally no carry-on space for my carry-on. For my section at least. And I saw a couple here too. They were talking to a flight attendant looking for carry-on space. And I was like, they better not fucking steal my space. I'm sitting on my chair looking at the flight attendant. But eventually I got carry-on space because we removed my sister's backpack and she can just put it under her airplane seat. And I shoved my carry-on and shoved the door down. I didn't care. And it was good. And then getting off the plane, when I took off my carry-on, that shit fell on my titty and it hurt so bad. But also I think that after this, me and my sister realized that, you know what, maybe we didn't need carry-on. Or just like, we could just have like a backpack or something because we actually had a lot of room in our suitcase. And we thought we wouldn't have. But overall, that was that for the vlogs. Now let's talk about some points overall, the whole trip overall. I wanted to say that, you know what, as a Canadian, someone who's never been to America, hearing this stuff, even though, you know what, America and Canada aren't that different, but at the same time, I still had my stereotypes about America, mainly being that the people are mean and scary. That's really what I thought. I thought they were going to be mean and scary. Not mean, but like, I don't remember. But to be honest, I feel like everybody we encountered was like nice. Like, I'm not talking about like talking to customer service, but even like just walking across the street and accidentally step where they're gonna step. We were like, oh, sorry, oh, sorry. Or like, hey, you want me to take a picture for you? Oh, sorry. Or like, good morning. Or I don't know. I thought everybody was nice. And people always do that stereotype about Canada, like they say sorry for everything. But I feel like we're also saying sorry, thank you for like everything as well in America. I don't know, maybe it's just because it was LA. Because it was LA, and I'm guessing LA is like more diverse compared to like maybe other states. So it might be different there, and that affects the whole stereotype thing. But anyways, but yeah, I also saw like a lot of scary things to look out for on like TikTok, like people on the streets attacking you. Even on Reddit, people were like, it's scary, don't stay out late. I mean, we didn't take the bus, so we didn't really experience that, but everyone was like, watch out for the homeless people, or like, watch out for the tourists trying to bait you. We didn't experience any of that, and I'm sure that does happen to people, and that was something that we were scared of. But fortunately, we didn't experience any of that, other than, you know, the one guy who came in the cafe and said, I'm gonna kill everyone. But to be honest, I feel like that happens in downtown Toronto as well. But yeah, we were really scared of that. We even planned like a secret word or a secret cue to tell each other if like a scary person was approaching us while we're looking at a map on our phone. And I was ready to fight people with my tripod that I brought everywhere with me to vlog. We were really scared of going on lifts and them kidnapping us, or the person following us, or keeping tabs. We even like planned to bring our lift to another house, like further down the block or something, and then walk to our Airbnb. But eventually we were like, it's fine. And we just put the lift to literally our neighbor. But overall, thankfully, nothing bad, danger-wise, happened to us on this trip. And again, I know everything I just said now, definitely, it's talked about for a reason, because it's happened, right? So it's definitely a real danger to be cautious of, you know, especially for me and my sister. We're two girls and are new in the environment. And it's unfortunately happened to other people, but I am super thankful that those fears did not come true as we were there, especially since it was our first time traveling. Super thankful that did not happen to us, especially because we kept lifting home, like literally past midnight as well. So thankfully that did not happen to us. Thank you. I do want to say I was really scared of the lift. Also, my father being like, they're gonna kidnap you, you won't know where they're going because you don't know streets. And I was like, bruh, it shows you the route on the app and where they drive, but he doesn't understand it because he's an old man, right? Anyways, overall, all the Lyft drivers were very nice as well. They were super nice. They either didn't talk at all and just like, hey, thank you, yeah, you're welcome, or they told us their whole life stories. And I feel like I said this in a vlog already. My sister was like, it just feels like we're still in Toronto, but like going on a field trip to somewhere else. And to be honest, I prefer Toronto more. This is my opinion, y'all. I'm not saying this to offend y'all, but I'm just saying it to express how I felt. When I was in LA, how do I say this? My personal experience, I feel like Toronto is better than LA. And LA had nothing to offer me. Sometimes it felt like it had something to offer less than Toronto. The only thing that I feel like LA had that really fulfilled me were the celebrities and the opportunities to go to talk shows or award shows. Not even LA, but United States as a whole. There's stores that we don't have in Canada, but at the same time we have alternatives. My reason of why I like Toronto better, you know, maybe it's the bias because I live in Toronto. I was born and raised here, but I wasn't into the architecture, the structures of the city of LA. I wasn't into the whole road system, the whole transportation system of LA, and I'm comparing this to Toronto because that's really all I know, right? And maybe it's because I'm more of like a city girl. I don't know, just the public transportation in LA was not it. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking now that maybe I would like New York better than LA is like what I'm saying, because New York is kind of like Toronto. But I do not know. I'm sorry if I offended anybody for saying this. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to be truthful and honest about my experience. But it's like, it's not that serious. Like, don't let my opinion affect yours. Like, if you like it, you like it. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. But I will say overall, the LA trip is not about the city itself, but what we've done in the city. I think, for me, how I'm feeling right now, it's not about me going to Los Angeles. It's about me going to these experiences that happen to be in Los Angeles. It's about me going to the BTS concert. It's about me going to Disneyland. It's not about me going to the city to fully immerse myself in the Los Angeles culture. It was about me just going to the things that happen to be in Los Angeles. Is what I don't know if it makes sense, but that's what I'm trying to convey. Let's just end it here, y'all. I'm so sorry. That's all I had to say. I just know I forgot to say something, even though it's my second time filming this and I had notes. And I feel like when I'm editing this back, I'm gonna be like, Tina, why did you phrase it this way? But you know what? What's done's done. I will say again, thank you so much to everyone who made it this far. Thank you to everyone who supported the series and watched the whole series. Thank you to everyone who supported the series in some way, whether you just watch one vlog for 1 minute or all the vlogs. Thank you for everyone to support. We will be going back to our regular schedule. When this LA trip series started, I was like, is this my vlogging channel era? But I wasn't gonna start a vlogging channel because I know I only have like 1 subscriber. If I did that, hopefully we could do this again. You know, we've seen the views and the subscribers are lost. I don't think anybody cares about my vlogging series, but you know, it was fun for me. It was a fun experience for me. I'm glad that I experienced it, even though despite how broke I am, I'm glad I experienced it. I'm glad. I feel like this was a huge step in my growth in my adulthood. I don't know, I'm in college now and I feel like I've done nothing that makes me feel different from me in high school. I feel like everything's been the same and stable, especially because of COVID and lockdowns. Everything's just been stable with me. I haven't feel like I progressed as a person growth wise. You know what? I feel like kind of. Okay, you know, we'll save that for the podcast. But anyways, thank you again to everyone. Thank you. If anyone's even watching this, thank you. We will now be going back to our regular schedule, which is me posting a video whenever. I'm literally so busy in school right now, y'all, and as I said, I'm doing another internship again because I need that money. But my next video will be my Yes Town haul, because they sent me that. I didn't pay. I mean, I kind of did, but anyways, that's all for the series. We're sad to see it go because I don't know, it's fun for me, and I'm looking forward to rewatching the whole series again next year or in 5 years or whenever. Thank you so much for everyone enjoyed. Seriously, I mean it. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who's commenting and interacting with the whole series or just like parts of the series. Everything. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, everyone. See you later.
This is more than a crash, more than like more than a laugh. Baby, I'ma make you mine, and I ain't giving up. This is more than a crash, more than like more than a laugh. Baby, I'ma make you mine, and I ain't giving up. Don't run away, don't run away from the truth, 'cause I'm not giving up on you. Don't run away. Don't run away from the truth, 'cause I'm not giving up on you.